everyone. Welcome to this episode of Kennedy Saves the World. Jimmy Failla is here with your sports bets for the week, Jimmy.
Hey, there it is.
Oh.
How about it?
Do you think the Mariners are going to beat the Toronto Blue Jays tonight?
I think they're going to beat them to the airport. They're in a rush to get out of there.
They had a great Game 5.
Man, I got to tell you, when you lose to the Blue Jays as a Yankee fan, there's a part of you that wants to grudge F them and watch them lose. So I was invested in that for about 4 games.
That has not been overridden yet.
Fair. But once the Mariners turned in the performance they did last night, I kind of lost faith because they got to win this game on the road.
Yeah, now they got to go on the road.
And this is the thing, and a lot of people don't ever, we always talk, the cliche is like, oh, Canadians are so nice. They're all nice in Canada. Canada's sports fans are the biggest in the world.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people have been beaten up at their events, like badly beaten up? And
but we don't have guns, eh?
Yeah.
There's
no gun. That's what happens. And so a lot of their fans are a-holes, and they don't win a lot. I mean, the last time this team won a playoff series prior to now is like the 90s. So the whole act like you've been there before thing isn't really a thing for them. And I don't think
Canadian teams aren't even good at hockey.
That's what I mean. They've won a Stanley Cup in, like 30 years. But I think the problem is for the Mariners play in a for as many jokes we talk about Seattle, their sports fans are actually very laid back.
Yeah.
And they're not beating you up in the parking lot. They're, avoiding needles in the parking lot, if anything. So I think the Mariners are too soft to win in this environment. But I want them to, so I'm torn.
I want them to win as well. But you have to realize, Seattle is now a soccer city.
Yeah.
It's not, it was a baseball city for a long time.
Yeah.
It's, they have their moments in football. God, I hate Pete Carroll. I know he's not there anymore. It doesn't matter. He stained the organization.
He did.
They have a Trojan quarterback now.
Trojan quarterback, and you can't get behind that.
Absolutely not.
Sam Darnold, don't worry.
Okay, I just quickly. I know we do talk about sports a lot, but I just have to say this was a great sports weekend because UCLA won, and probably it looked like they were going to give up the game to Maryland. And they won in the end, and USC lost to Notre Dame. That game is so important to them, and they lost.
I know.
And it was like, yum, 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 yum. That was like the best Sunday morning ever. Waking up with that realization that UCLA won and USC lost. Doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, my heart sings a triumphant song for the next few days.
Sometimes sports gives you a perfect opportunity to be a hater, and you had that this week.
Yes, I did.
And I'm happy for you. I don't know that I have that in this Blue Jay situation. Really? I don't know that any of the things I could hate against, you know what I mean, like right now.
Yeah. But you want to see Toronto go up against the Dodgers?
No. But this is the thing, okay? I think anybody's getting killed by the Dodgers. The Dodgers are hot.
They're so good.
Ohtani just had the greatest game in the history of baseball.
The greatest performance in the history of baseball.
What we always say, Reggie Jackson is called Mr. October because he hit 3 home runs in a World Series game. Mamdani just did that in the series clinching game, not of the World Series, but of the NLCS.
Ohtani, not Mamdani.
Oh, Ohtani, it's on my brain.
Oh my God. I was like, what did Mamdani do? I hate socialism.
Zoran Ohtani hits 3 homers in a game, pitches and strikes out 10 batters.
10 strikeouts.
It's the greatest game ever played.
It's wild.
And all I keep thinking is, how much money did he have bet on that game that he turned in that performance?
Let me ask you this. Do you not want the Mariners to win? Because if they do, then Cal Raleigh gets the MVP.
Yeah, no, there's that too. Listen, man, no, because this is my thing. We know Judge from coming within 30 feet of his security at a Yankee event. Okay, so we know him. He really, at his core, wants to win the World Series really bad.
That's the only way he's ever going to be a real Yankee.
And knowing he doesn't care about the MVP that much and shouldn't is why we don't care.
Yeah.
If you're the Yankees, it's supposed to be, if you ain't first, you're last. And we've had a lot of last. So I don't think the MVP is a consolation prize. I don't need that for him. So I would let Cal Raleigh get his MVP. That doesn't bother me. The problem is if the Mariners play the Dodgers, I don't really care. It'd be nice for the Mariners because they've never won one before. The Dodgers have their little dynasty. I don't really care. Yeah, I know. And I like a Dodger dog. But I would, if I'm rooting against anybody, if I have anybody left to hate on, it is the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
So there's that. So that's where that's the sad state of affairs for me on this.
Let's grudge F them tonight and let them lose. Let them lose at home. Game 7. I want it to be as painful as possible. And extra innings.
That would be funny.
Oh, that'd be great.
If they can knock out, especially after what they subjected me and Lincoln to at Yankee Stadium, because the Yankees lost, they got eliminated by the Blue Jays, and it wasn't a good game.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they got blown out. It was just not a good game. It was just nothing happened, but 2 runs trickled in and the Yankees couldn't hit. And the right field hecklers at Yankee Stadium have been so drunk this postseason.
That's what you said.
I know, but they're not.
that game got vulgar and
they're
not
not
even fun.
constructively heckling. So this is what happened, okay, to the extent that I can. And that's the problem for the Yankees right now, is their hecklers are no longer giving them advantage because they're just so belligerent. That someone was requesting a very specific love act from the right fielder.
Oh, my God.
So he was asking the right fielder to perform the kind of act,
was it a foot massage?
I mean, if you were to measure it, no, it was an 11-inch massage. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I can. But stick with me, okay?
A different kind of throat scratcher than the Dodger dog.
Oh, man. So the point is, and if you came to this podcast, to us two, for decency, we're not the bad guys. We're not the bad guys here.
It's you. You're the problem.
Stick with me.
Trying to save your world. You win great.
There was a guy just yelling for 9 innings that he wanted the right fielder to do something to him. Okay. For 9 innings. And in the 9th inning, after the 1,000th time he yelled it, a child goes, "Yeah! Smurf his Smurf." And I know, and me and Lincoln were like, what is even happening here?
Jesus.
I know. So I'm down on the Yankee fans. I'm obviously not a Blue Jay fan. I'm kind of just, I'm a sports orphan right now. Yeah. I'm a sports orphan.
I hate to see this postseason apathy set in, Jim.
Well, no, there's gambling. Gambling will give you something to root for. I'm not telling you I'm lost and I'm sad. I probably have 2 bets into the dog track right now in Opelika, Alabama. I got to check my phone after this. But in terms of caring about a team right now, there's just nothing.
No. Well, you've always got the New York Giants.
Hey, they blew an 18-point lead with 6 minutes to go.
19 points.
How do you do that?
They were up by 19 points in the 4th quarter. How do you do it?
Man.
That was unreal. And I was like, oh, this is so exciting. The Giants are going to win one. Yay.
I know everything was looking up.
Yes.
The Broncos, they're a good team.
Yeah.
We can build on this till we can't.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
I don't know, Jim.
That's why we can't have nice things.
No, we can't even have peace in Gaza now.
Which is such a great segue from sports, but let's try to make this work, okay? Do you know when Pee Wee Herman crashes his bike and he looks up at the kids and goes, I meant to do that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Gaza like we meant to. Like we meant for this to come up during our rambling about football and scatological takes on the Jets and Giants and Zoran Otani. That happened. I said that.
And marital acts. Yeah.
And that's the full that's the full circle thing. Oh. So Gaza, right? Mm-hmm. Hamas is actually killing the people we were protesting to protect over here. Mm-hmm. Isn't that happening?
Yeah.
So I think we just need a timeout. You know when the kids are on the playground too long?
Yeah.
And it goes from it's the greatest day of their life. They're all playing hide and seek. And then they're out in the sun for too long. Mm-hmm. And you realize they're fighting. He said I was it. I'm not it. And they're crying and screaming. And you go let's go get ice cream.
Yeah.
I think we just need to let's go get ice cream.
Yeah.
We've been on the playground too long. And social media is the playground. No one's listening to themselves anymore.
One of the first times I ever got in trouble as a kid, I have 2 older brothers. And one of my brothers told me it was a really funny thing to put your hands in your pockets and then you ask someone if they want to see the birdie and then you show them your middle finger. And I did that to a bunch of kids on the playground. I eventually did that to a teacher. And so my mom got a call and so my mom comes up to me and is like, were you flipping the bird? And I took it literally was I actually touching a robin or a pigeon? And I said, absolutely not. What kind of a person do you take me for? I didn't know that's what this was. But I was like, hey, you want to see birds?
So are you telling me that my camp counselor who asked me if I wanted to pet the dragon didn't actually have a dragon to show me?
I think your camp counselor is now the fan who is heckling the right fielder in the Yankees games.
But I mean, long story short, I was right to say no.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank God.
Amen.
Thank God for agents. All right, well, I think we've saved the world plenty this time around. This has been Kennedy Saves the World, along with Jimmy Failla and the other formerly employed people here. I'm Kennedy.
Listen ad-free with a Fox News Podcast Plus subscription on Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Prime members can listen to this show ad-free on the Amazon Music app.
Oh, go ahead and leave me a review while you're there. I'd love to hear what you have to say. You've been listening to Kennedy Saves the World on the Fox News Podcast Network.